Well, hello, and welcome back to good old Recky. Believe it or not, we're going to watch a real-time tornado. I know it's been a very long time since I did any kind of weather reactions, severe weather reactions. I had a bit of a misfortune with a couple of videos back in the good old days. The one we're going to watch now is called Real-Time Tornado, Washington, Illinois, and I think it's 2013, November 17 and 18. And it's divided in really, really weird parts. I think that there's 5 parts, and the parts are between 6 and 8 minutes. We were going to watch them all right now with me, with you, with us, as it should be. If you do enjoy the content you're currently watching, don't forget to smack the like and, of course, hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to do any reactions to any of the storm chasers out there. I will. There is severe copyright issues with that. Major, major, major. So you cannot even mention them in the You can mention them in the comment section, of course, but that's going to be a big no-no. This is on a channel called Shade True Blue Aussie or Aussie, and it's a very small channel. I'm going to link it down below if you want to check this out by yourself. If you want to, when you go there, or give them the support that they so much deserve. It's from the normal TV show on American TV or Discovery, whatever it is. A big thank you to my channel members and my patrons for the amazing support that you give through Patreon and, of course, through channel membership. A big shout out to the Supreme Tier donators over by Patreon and channel membership. And mind-blowing. Personal shout-outs goes to the ultimate supporters, Deja Wall, Dwayne, Dana, Troy, Robert, Matt, Lon, and Barbara. That's a kick-ass freaking list right there. Okay, so let's see if we can find the right one. This should be it. Here we go. This is the first episode, and it's going to be about 6 minutes long. So let's get this bad boy in here. I'm going to check that we don't have a brain aneurysm because it's too loud.
Fire department. Yeah. You got a funnel cloud southwest side by like Hillcrest.
Okay, and I also heard there was a touchdown East Peoria by the convention center.
Holy moly, all right.
We had never had a tornado of that magnitude hitting the state of Illinois in the month of November.
November? I don't think November is such a called, like a, what do you call it, tornado season. Like, really? November?
I just remember screaming, "Get me to my kids."
I felt helpless. That's not a feeling I'm used to at all.
The destruction went on for miles.
I was thinking of my great-grandma. It went right over her house.
Right there it is.
All I could think is how I was going to tell the kids that he didn't make it.
Be ready to roll, everybody.
I just remember I really hate doing these because they're so powerful. You can hear the panic and the fear of the people that is in the midst of this complete mayhem. And I'm already feel completely gutted because I heard her scream in the car, probably from seeing her house or a family member's house that might be still in the house. It's gonna bring out the tissues.
Father, we thank you and we praise you again for this day. We thank you for this time, and we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
There was just something different starting out that day. I went to church by myself, which is unusual. It was around 70, 74 degrees and balmy.
The temperatures were unseasonably warm, but we had a powerful cold front that was bearing down on the state of Illinois, so we knew there was a very high likelihood that there was going to be a significant severe weather outbreak in the Midwest.
This box that you see right here outlined in red, that's that tornado warning.
I saw the weather forecast, so I sent out a message to my folks over a paging system we have, and I just told them to be ready to respond, but stay safe.
KBC 323 Washington. Washington Emergency Disaster Agency. We are under tornado warning.
Tornado
All of
warning.
a sudden, I got a notification on my phone that there was a tornado warning. I advised my other officer, I was working with Officer Thomas, of that over the radio.
20, what's your location? I'm on Wellington, just north of Westminster, trying to look southwest.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's actually super loud for me. So I'm gonna crank it up, might crank it down every now and then because it might be too loud for me.
The radio's chatter started picking up southwest of us in Pekin. There was storms, there was rotation in the air.
Oh, hey, look at that bastard. Look
One
at
of
that.
our off-duty officers, he was seeing a cloud. He didn't say it was a tornado, he didn't say it was twirling, he just said he saw a cloud that was close to the ground.
At 10:52 a.m., our tornado touches down near the city of Pekin, 30 miles from the city of Washington. Oh.
At that point, we heard the tornado sirens go off.
It's dropping.
I've lived in Washington my whole life. I'm sixth generation. My great-great-great-great-grandfather founded Washington.
We decided to take a trip to go get some presents for our twins. They were 5 and getting ready to turn 6. My son Winston and I were gonna go, but he decided he wanted to stay home.
We left with our middle son, Oliver.
We had tornado warnings both go off on both of our cell phones.
We called Winston, said, hey, get to the basement. He said, I'm already there, Dad. I got the warning on my phone. I got the twins down here.
We turned around to head back, and I remember really intensely watching this guy. This guy was looking pretty terrifying.
Talking about that many times in when I do these videos, that the sky can sometimes turn into a really eerie green color, but I do believe that they can turn into a really nasty pinkish as well. Maybe not burgundy, right?
And just had the intuition that something bad was going to happen.
After 2 minutes on the ground, the tornado that touches down in Pekin dissipates. So that's dissipate.
Here's man, you get on your phone and start calling me.
10-4, got it.
I like to be involved with the community. I'm on the city council, and I'm also part of ESDA in Washington, which is the Emergency Services and Disaster Agency. Anytime there is severe weather, they call us out. We've got posts around town that we go to, and if there is anything that looks troublesome, we will alert dispatch and set the sirens off. I continue to monitor the scanner traffic.
Looks pretty clear here on the east end of the square.
I heard there was a tornado down in Pekin, Illinois. I didn't know how bad it was.
All units, I just got reported tornado.
All right, we're looking for trees out here now.
20 yards.
Oh boy. Come on, baby, break up.
I'm a bow hunter, and so I decided to go hunting. I got just about outside of Washington. There's a little place called Bowen Lake, and I pulled over, and I could see the clouds trying to do something, but at first I thought, it was just something that was going to blow over.
Oh God, I hope everybody's okay. Not good.
Oh shit.
Not good.
You can see it dropping down here. I'm gonna switch part 2 in a second. Look at that.
You can start seeing things actually kind of go up in the air.
Man, there's crap flying everywhere.
See it? That's how
I kind of realized that, this thing maybe might not go away.
I'm switching to part 2. Let's do this.
Washington. Got debris.
After the tornado hits the weak TV station with the Chuck Collins and Sandy Gallant inside.
Tornado hit our station. We went outside and we saw the destruction that occurred just to the entrance of our station. I saw, as it turned out, a minuscule part of damage, but the roof was off an adjacent business right outside our studio. Half of a house was missing next to our studio.
This tornado, we know it's on the ground, we just don't know where it's gone next. And where it was going was headed right towards the town of Washington.
He was in the wilderness all the time that he was a fugitive. God took the least likely one and used his life to begin to call.
The tornado sirens you could hear going off. I'm sitting there, we had a guest pastor that day, and they asked to borrow the microphone.
Is it okay?
We've been asked to take cover, so we need to go to the basement.
Okay, praise God.
I didn't want everybody to panic. Sound of the siren. They had that certain sound that day that, like I had never heard any other time. It was so eerie.
The thing is, I'm going to say this, it's filmed on TV, so I understand that the graphics, but there is really hard to get real-time tornado video, so I'm just happy it actually exists, this one from Washington, Illinois. And please tell me if Illinois is actually inside the tornado alley, or is just a weird circumstances that the 2013 November, our tornado hits Washington, Illinois. Dustin and Kirsten Ezig raise home where their oldest son, Winston, waits in the basement with their twins. Ooh.
We got about 3 miles away from our house, and I actually saw the tornado.
She just kept saying,
"Shit.
Get home, it's going to hit our house, it's going to hit our house." She goes, "Go, go, go." And my son Oliver, he's screaming to get home. I was just focusing on driving as fast as I could.
How is this gonna end?
At some point, we actually, lost sight of the tornado itself. So it really wasn't until we got to the corner of Coventry Drive that I knew it was going to hit our house. We knew things were going to be bad, but not knowing it was going to be as bad as it really turned out to be.
Medical attention facilities copy. Be advised we have no computer-aided system. We have no radio system, no radio system, no phone system to call anyone.
We lost the 911 system. We lost our phone system. So communicating with dispatch was tough, and them communicating out was just as hard. They did have radios, but they were over.
You're kidding me. The 911 wasn't working? How?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, this thing has gotten huge, Chief. Big debris field. And when I contacted, they've got a hold of Chief Peoria Fire via radio. They're going to let dispatch know we're going to start Chief Peoria is not available. I told them to contact Chief Peoria. We're going to have them staged for now at our station. Once they get into town, we'll start going from there. I'm working my way up Hampton.
We can't go anywhere.
We were communicating back and forth, trying to get things in motion.
There's shooting officers anywhere near the middle school and/or the Methodist Church.
I went to Washington Middle School where there's a church that holds session there. It's a startup church. I ran in, told those folks to take cover, not to come out, jumped in my truck and went down to Crossroads United Methodist Church.
Oh my God.
I saw the fire chief. He pulled into the lane that goes back to the church.
Oh my God.
Got about 3/4 of the way down there, and I had to turn around because the funnel cloud was right there.
Oh my God.
My voice becomes more and more worried because I was thinking of my great grandma. She's 93, living alone, in that neighborhood, and it looked like it went right over her house. It got to the point where this tornado was a quarter mile away. I decided it was time to move. I ended up turning west onto Route 24, and the fire chief was behind me, and he turned east on the Route 24, and I immediately regretted it. I strongly felt that that tornado was coming right at me.
Jeez, oh my. Did you see how fast it went from being over there to right there? There you go. There you go. Oh shit. Oh, my heart sank on that. Holy shit. Oh shit. 1 mile up to the road from Tyler G, Matt Wells tries to drive to his brother's Mark's house.
Shoulder, and I was using the white line to kind of keep me on the road and not in the ditch. My brother Mark Wells and his family lives on Coventry in Washington there, and it was pretty much direct line with his house. That's when a lot of fear and panic set in. I really thought I was watching my brother die. Oh my God, Lord, please let him be okay. I thought, I didn't think they made it. You gotta give me a second.
I'm a realtor and married to Carrie, my wife. I have 3 daughters. Josie's my oldest. Josie and I were home alone because the other 3 were gone. They were in Indianapolis at a cheer convention. Josie and I went out to the screen porch. Immediately, I told Josie to grab Autumn, which is the dog, and I said head down to the basement. I decided I'd run downstairs.
Looks like it's completely rain wrapped when it actually reaches him.
And open up this back sliding door.
Oh shit! Look at that. Yeah. All right, I've got a commercial here. We are on part 3. There you go.
Holy moly. All right.
The tornado races towards the home of Mark Wells and his daughter Josie.
I started seeing the debris and realizing how big the debris was, so I decided to run back to our shelter where Josie was.
Oh, dude!
She was just huddled up with the dog. The wind just ripping through and giving this almost like a chainsaw sound. The house being ripped apart. Oh my God, Josie. Oh my God. Our house is freaking destroyed, Josie. Oh my God. Where's Autumn?
Tyler G tries to outrun the tornado and reach his family. Tries.
I ran the
Tries.
truck pretty hard trying to get out of there. I was doing 90 miles an hour. I got away from the tornado itself, and then I got into the rain wrap portion of the tornado. The wind was very intense. My truck started skating around on the road a little bit because the wind was so strong.
He's not singing anything. Look at
I
that.
was thinking of my great-grandma. She's 93. She lives pretty close to where I was at. That's who I was worried about. That was the scariest moment in my life I've ever been through.
My house just got hit. Okay, I'm heading out. I don't know where I'm going right now. I'm just trying to outrun this thing right now. It's chasing me.
I started heading up a little incline that goes to Muller Street, and I saw the rotating clouds. It didn't have a standard shape. It just looked like a column of gray matter. I turned into the turn lane that would go onto Muller Street, and I saw some guy running out of the cloud, running right at me. He had been the cashier at the Shell gas station. He looked out the door and saw this massive cloud coming at him, and he just ran. He got in, shut the door, and the squad started shaking. I knew that we had to get away from it.
Thank you, officer.
Talking about, what is it, like 20 minutes now? 20 minutes. I think it started just before 11 a.m. We're talking about maybe 10, 15 minutes, and it's complete chaos.
Get in the house. Get her in the basement and kennel them.
This is Chris and Mandy
I was sleeping
Lancaster.
and she woke me up.
I told him that he needed to get up now, and he kind of fought with me a little bit. He wanted to keep sleeping.
Chris, it's coming toward us. I'm going with my baby.
Go with the babies. Go. Leave that door so I can get in.
My worry was getting to the basement with all of the kids.
Look at this, bud. You ready to run with me, okay?
Get ready to run.
Run with me, buddy.
My oldest son, Cherokee, came back upstairs. I think he was trying to con Chris into going downstairs with him.
I'm not sure what I was thinking, to be honest with you. I think I more or less got mesmerized by it.
Jeez, Sisoli. Oh, look at the size of this bad boy.
I just
Holy.
kept watching as it kept getting closer and closer.
I didn't think he would make it downstairs at all.
It's
And all I
turning
could
away.
think is how I was going to tell the kids that he didn't make it.
Okay, so in front of the Lancaster's house, Dustin and Kirsten Essig pull into the Lancaster's driveway.
I pulled in that driveway, and my intention was just to go right up in that garage door and get my wife and son, inside.
At that split second, our son Oliver, who was on the driver's side, his window broke out. Pretty much from that point forward, we were just being dominated.
Shit. Commercial break. We don't have to do that, so we're going to go to part 4 directly, people.
Chris, it's coming toward us. I'm going with my baby.
Leave that door so I can get in. Leave that door so I can get in.
Same thing again. Pulling into the driveway.
Came up in between us, and he was laying down. Kirsten just laid over his head, and I just laid over both their heads, and it just started raining debris on us.
Oh, shit. Oh, my.
imagine the magnitude of destruction. And you just can't assume that people are going to be okay.
The thing is, I watched a bunch of these, and there's no way I can get like accustomed to or understand the sheer power that they have. I think if you right there where they are, they can fully understand the complete shit it actually is. I'm very happy that this is not a thing in Sweden.
So I guess my first thought was, that we lost our 3 children.
What did you say?
So I guess my first thought was, that we lost our 3 children.
Yeah.
You get hit with?
Oh no. An ambulance here.
Why? Where did it hit you?
I had lacerations on my right eye, but other than that, I was fairly lucky. Beat up a little bit, but I was fairly lucky for the most part.
There is no lights. There's no power. There's no nothing. The kids were okay, so I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it was. And as I turned the corner to go up the stairs, all you could see was the sky.
Come on, Josie, let's get out of here. The tornado's passed. We gotta get out of here and get to...
Mark Wells tries to get his daughter Josie to leave the basement.
Josie, come on now! I realized that some of the structure was pretty much destroyed. That there's a potential that the rest of this, the first floor could come down into the basements. Josie, come on now! I know it's scary. Come on now. And watch the nails. That's fine. Josie!
When I looked out in my backyard, it looked like a bomb went off, like something I've never seen before. The destruction, like a picture couldn't even do it justice. Like, it went on for miles.
My first thought was to get Josie up and out of the house. I was going to take her over.
When you see, when he pans over to the other side, you can just see that there's trees without branches and leaves. It's like a wasteland. Like this was a place where people lived for 20 years ago. Now it hit by a nuclear bomb, like a fallout. It's just unbelievable.
To one of the neighbors, I thought there would be more houses standing, but there was no houses standing. Listen, we got to get out of here outside where it's safe, where the structure falls. That's all right. I thought for sure I was going to be seeing bodies everywhere. There's a car right there. Right there.
Okay. The tornado moves out of Washington and continues moving northeast.
A tornado has covered parts of 3 counties. Washington's damage took about 3 minutes because the tornado was moving so fast through there.
Look at
that storm intensified right at the moment when it directly hit a large swath of residential area for the town of Washington.
The tornado misses all of the churches in the city of Washington besides...
Finished our service and I drove home. I needed to get into some other type of shoes and I had to change clothes. But
Besides...
I can remember my wife...
did it hit the Methodist?
I told her I didn't know what to do. I said, I don't know what to do.
And she said, you got to go back. And, you know, there was part of me that could have just went in the corner and sit down. But she helped me back to the car, and I felt I was needed in the neighborhoods at the beginning, but we had a lot of work to do.
I'm out in Devonshire now. We've got multiple houses down. Multiple houses down on the ground and wires everywhere. We also have a heavy amount of natural gas. Get over the side here. Get over the side.
Officer Thomas dropped off the man who was trying to outrun the tornado.
After explaining to him I was going right back to where that thing was headed, he volunteered to get out of the car and went into Artie's. It was just a brick building, and it was down the hill, so it was mostly out of the wind. I saw Officer Patterson heading north on Wilmore Road. Got behind him.
Well, that scared the living shit out of me and crashed my ears. So that, sorry about that if you crashed your ears too.
I got hit with that just incredible rain and winds. I've been in heavy rain before, but nothing like that before.
There was trees down, went under some power cables right at Westgate and Hampton. I hit, I don't know how many branches, but the houses looked fine. It didn't look like anything serious, anything really destructive.
30 minutes maximum now, just because it started at 10:50 p.m. to a.m. I mean, we're talking about 20-30 minutes, like split second. Tyler Gee arrives at his father's house.
My dad lives on the west end of town. Pulled in his driveway, and he was standing on the front porch of his house. From his vantage point with the houses around him and whatnot, he couldn't see the tornado. He grabbed his rain gear and hopped in the truck with me, and we went right back into town to try to look for my great-grandma. The power lines were down. There was, you name it, it was in the road.
Shit. Oh,
we had to go. We kind of had to circle around town and come in the back way, and I parked probably a half a mile away from my great-grandma's house. Parked the truck and ran to her house. I knew the cell phone towers were down, so I grabbed my radio and my pager, and I just started running towards her house. The closer I got down the streets, the worse the damage was getting. The debris covering the road was unbelievable.
I started heading towards the edge of the destruction path. And then when I saw the three people just running at me, I had my emergency lights on at that point. They came running at me.
Dustin and Kirsten Ezig and their son Oliver run towards Officer Patterson's car.
Police car was coming up towards us. They were running towards the police car. I was screaming at them to watch for down wires because there was a lot of them down.
They said they needed to get home to their kids. One of them had some blood running off his arm.
All right, so there might be the last episode here.
Parts of Washington just north of 5 Points were completely leveled. Hundreds of homes are completely gone.
So this was a span of 2 days, according to what it says in the beginning.
Were completely leveled.
Illinois on November 17 and 18, 2013.
Hundreds of homes are completely gone.
Please, please, Lord, hurry. Please, Lord, let it be okay.
Dustin and Kirsten Essig learned the fate of the three
As
children.
we turned the corner onto their street, that's like when we first saw the damage. I just felt helpless. And that's not a feeling I'm used to at all.
Oh my God, Dustin. Oh my God, Dustin. Oh my God, hurry up. Oh my God. No, 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 no. No. Please, hurry. Please, hurry. Please, hurry. Please, hurry. Please, hurry. Oh my God, it's so hard to see.
Their house was just completely leveled.
Dustin, our house is gone. Run as fast as you can, Dustin. Run.
We got out of the police car.
Please,
Dustin
please, please,
was a little bit
please.
faster than I, and he got to the foot of the driveway, and we obviously were screaming their names. And so basically when I hit the foot of the driveway, I saw Winston's little head coming up the staircase because there was nothing left of our home.
I saw him walk upstairs, and I just ran as fast as I could and hugged him. And at that point, he said,
What? What?
he said, the twins are fine. And by that time, Kirsten and Albert had gotten there, and we just a big group hug at the top of the stairs. I mean, it was a pretty special occasion that we were all alive.
And then I remember my parents called, and I told them I'm already down in the basement with the twins, and we're just sitting under the stairwell just playing games. And then I heard the tornado sirens go off, and I remember my little brother saying my ears hurt. I remember them folding their legs and bending over, and I remember grabbing a blanket, putting it over their heads, and basically jumping on top of them. And I was like so scared, and then all of a sudden everything starts rumbling over. And then everyone says it sounds like a freight train, and I didn't think at all it sounded like a train. I thought more of like a helicopter noise or just really loud banging and glass breaking. And it's over in 8 seconds. And then I looked over, and there's a car right there, and I'm like, this might be pretty bad.
The tornado hit Washington, Illinois 11 days before Thanksgiving.
I think it was at Thanksgiving, actually. My grandma got a call from my uncle, and he was like, you're a hero. And I was like, I don't exactly feel like a hero, but if that's what you guys want to call me, then go ahead. It didn't seem very
Pre-tornado. Pre-tornado.
that I was like, that I did anything that great. I mean, if you look at it at some way, I
There's
just
nothing
basically
left.
went downstairs, and that was it.
This is what my house looks like after a tornado came through.
Chris and Mandy Lancaster discovered Dustin and Kirsten's Essex car parked in their driveway.
I don't think I noticed the car until the next day, to be honest with you. Asked around, and it was Dustin Essex. If they would have turned down the road to go to their house, they would have been dead.
Had 2x4 going like through the passenger window, out the front window, and the windows were broke out. It was mangled. I would have never thought anybody survived in it.
Turn on to Westminster, which is what this is right here. There were a lot more houses at the time.
Yeah.
Drove Westminster down here to Dallas.
Right before tornado. Same street, right before tornado, and there's gorgeous houses all along.
houses were
And
standing.
off.
And now they're just ruined.
The tornado hit 1,108 homes in the city of Washington.
The Washington tornado blossomed into an EF4 at 190 miles an hour. The tornado stayed on the ground for 45 minutes, 45 miles. That day, we had 25 tornadoes in Illinois. This outbreak had 50 tornadoes in 6 states.
What occurred on November 17th was a historic tornado outbreak. We had never had a tornado of that magnitude hitting the state of Illinois in the month of November.
We had a total of 3 fatalities, 1 on that day, and 2 others died in the weeks to follow from injuries sustained during the tornado. 3 too many. Anytime you have a loss of life, it's too many.
Cleanup efforts were difficult because we were at 70 the day of the tornado. We were 32 degrees the next morning. A week later, we were at 10 degrees with snow. At that time, we didn't know it, but we were entering into our snowiest winter ever in central Illinois.
Of course.
We received a lot of support from other towns and cities that were hit by tornadoes and had gone through this. Tornadoes are never going to stop. You know,
What about your grandma,
towns that get
Tyler?
hit by tornadoes all over the country. Now it's our turn to be able to help out those towns. I can only hope that we can show our love to other cities because we certainly felt it when our city got hit.
Yeah, that was it. That was the last episode. Again, I can never get used to this. We didn't really find out if his grandma was okay though, but there was 3 fatalities. I think 3 of them was actually due to the injuries that they sustained during the outbreak. And I might be completely wrong here. I'm gonna see if I can crank up some like this. I'm mind blown. And when I heard her scream when they pulled up in front of the house, my heart just sank because I was super terrified that they're gonna say that they lost all 3 kids, and that's gonna be the end of my reactions for today. And I'm just gonna lay it down and cry my eyes out. If you do enjoy this, don't forget to smack the like and of course hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. That's how I know that you guys enjoy this, and I'll see if I can find other severe videos of severe weathers. But it's a copyright issue, but I'm see what I can do. But you let me know what you think about this, and of course, and as always, it's April now, and that is tornado season in United States. So wherever you are, stay safe. And thank you so much for watching.